Hello.
Hello. Hey,
And
before you make your announcement, we get started. I want to say congratulations to Mike for 1,000 subs. And I don't know
yes.
if Dee Dee's here, but congratulations to Dee Dee for getting to 500.
hmm
So happy for both of you. That's quite an accomplishment. Just keep doing
Also,
awesome things.
as of Saturday, Bex is monetized as well.
She is getting sort of close to 1,000.
hmm
But I did sneak in a super chat for her, even though I did not watch the stream.
You need to go back and watch. I mean, so we had some audio problems because we were trying to wing it all sitting on a couch and like trying
Yeah,
to use four wireless lav mics at the same time didn't go so well. But we once we got the audio going, there's quite a story.
okay, I will go back and watch. I had meetings today, so I
Yeah.
couldn't listen to streams or replays, but I will watch that. But congratulations, all of you. We're so happy for you. Just keep being awesome. Keep
hmm
doing good stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah. Do you want to make your announcements or?
There's only 12 people here. We can wait.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep people in suspense.
that's right.
So,
Is it my
um,
announcement? Is it Steven's? Is it both? We just don't know.
some people know. I don't know. Hey, Jenna, I can hear you listening to us in the living room. Would you mind shutting the bedroom door, please?
I mean, Jenna probably knows.
Yeah, that's not the announcement. Just that I can hear myself and I don't like it.
Right. I don't really see you keeping a lot of secrets from Jenna. I mean, we wouldn't tell
No,
her what her birthday present was, but
no.
other than that, yeah.
Thank you.
Is this considered a meeting to make an announcement? I've had enough meetings today. Had
No, this
enough,
is not
and
a
I have
meeting.
more coming. So many meetings. All I do is go to meetings, meetings about meetings, meetings to strategize meetings, meetings to have more meetings, meetings where the output is to have another meeting.
I love the
Also,
meetings to plan for the meetings.
also people can just do what I told them to do in the first meeting. Yeah,
Yep, those are fun. A meeting to make an announcement that there won't be a meeting next week. I'd be okay with that meeting.
that'd be a good meeting.
Should be a short meeting.
Yeah. So how is it having a meeting every single day at 8:30 in the morning that's camera on?
Um, I'd prefer not to have it every day with camera on, but
Yeah.
so far the job isn't like horrible with horrible people, and
Well, that's
so
good. Jake and I have discussed it, and we have just decided we would kill ourselves if we had that.
it's all relative. When you
Yeah.
come from a job that you worked at for 6 years, that in the last year and a half you started to just like really hate, have existential dread about every day,
Yeah.
then you kind of say, all right, I'll settle for a camera on meeting every morning to get
Mm.
away from that.
Apparently, we're spoiled because we.
Yeah,
I just
like
don't.
the only thing
I
that
don't
I
want
would
a
not have
meeting every
accepted,
day.
the only thing I would not have accepted is suddenly having to commute.
Oof. Yeah. Speaking of commutes, Jake is in he got sent away for work today, but not anywhere exciting. He's in Dublin, Ohio.
What's in Dublin?
It's a lab core is there. That's why he's there. He's doing some adjustments on an instrument there. It's near Columbus is where it is.
Okay,
So he spent the night last night because it's a little closer. It was a little closer for him to drive there. So I got to spend the morning with him. That was nice.
cool.
I don't usually get
What
to
else is
do
there to do in Dublin? Anything fun?
blow a bunch of roche per diem. So
Yeah.
because his per diem is a lot.
Oh, is
So
it more than the federal per diem?
oh god, of course it is.
I
I think
always
it's
just
like
got paid the
I
federal.
think it's
Oh my
like
God.
$200 a day for food.
I whenever I was flying to DC, it was like $40 a day for
Oh
food in
my
DC.
god. In DC,
Yeah, you
that's
can go fuck
really hard to
yourself.
buy dinner. Yeah.
It's like, well,
No,
breakfast.
roche per
I'm on
diem
my
is
own after
quite.
that.
I mean, I've been taken out to dinner on roche per diem before. It's quite a bit of money. I mean, yeah. So, oh, Mike is threatening you with Socarno swords.
He's already done this to me.
He's done it
I
to
took a
me. So.
picture of the Sukarnos that are the little babies that are growing out because he has some to get rid of. I have some to get rid of. So if he
I
sends me
mean, I have
his,
some to get rid of.
I'll send him mine.
We all have some to get rid of. So, speaking of swords, Mike, are you ready for a sword? Do you want the Haydai Pearl? Are you ready for it? I never know when you're going to be at home for more than a couple weeks. So, if so, send me a message. Send me your address again, and I'll mail it out.
He mentioned he's looking for stems. So
Oh,
I
really?
guess he's home and also a glutton for punishment.
I mean, I don't. I have some Alternanthera renickii, the plain kind. I don't really have a lot of stems. What
I
I
have a
could send
ton.
him is a friggin' trash bag full of.
Bulbitis.
Got rid of that plant. I'm done with it. Because
Huh?
Jake said to me, this was I think Saturday. He's like, I don't mean to tell you how to do your hobby or anything, but you got to mow down your tank. I can't see your fish.
That's what my plant farm is looking like right now.
It's
I've got
like,
some.
why are
I need a
you-
message. I need a message you, Mike, because I have plants like not just the Rotala stuff. I've got other stems that I could
I,
spare, but
you know what?
they're
I
not
do
nothing
have a
exotic.
couple of stems of Pogostemon. I think it's Kimberly I have. I can't
Yeah,
remember. So I'll send you that.
I have Pogo Stemon erectus that's kind of out of control right now too.
Will
So
you send me some? Well, it's too late in the season. I tried to, Greg of Greg's Planet Tanks tried to send me, well, he did send me some erectus to grow on my pond, and it just wilted in the heat. I think I have to convert it to immersed inside the house and
oh,
then take it outside, or or either that or like start it really low or below the water and let it grow out on its own because
mhm.
it just melted. But I do want to grow that as a pond plant. Maybe I'll try it again next year because it has awesome flowers, like huge
Yeah,
purple flowers. It's really pretty.
I just got it
Most,
inside
yeah,
right now.
most aquarium plants I would not bother to grow in a pond because meh, they're not that great. But that one is really, really great. Brooklyn wants it. So there you go.
Okay,
Give
I
Brooklyn
got
some.
plenty.
Give
I have
Brooklyn
plenty.
some. Yeah, it's a nice plant, I think. So
Cool.
yeah.
So yeah, Beck's like, how's about you take back your swords from my 60s, Steven? Yeah, maybe okay, they'll be in the mail. No, look, there's no givesies backsies on swords.
No givesies backsies. Send it to your compost file. I know that
Yeah.
Myrtle is horrified by that, but
I understand his pain. I
no.
struggle getting rid of plants in that way. I can't dispose of
Yeah,
plants. They either get piled up in as floating in another tank or they get sent off to people and
I
they naturally
know.
die off whenever they get too dense in a holding tank. So
I
that's
haven't
how I get rid of
decided
them.
who I'm going to curse with. I mean, it's literally in a trash bag. All that bulbidus. It's a trash bag full of it. It wouldn't fit in Ziploc bags. I'll probably send it to
I
fire.
like the suggestion of sending it to Dan, sending it to the warehouse.
You could send it to Dan, but then Johnny will just ram it all in one tank. Whereas, like, you could spread it through like 20 tanks
Yeah, but yeah,
at
I
a
actually like the
warehouse.
way it looks when it's super dense together.
It does.
Um,
And it provides a lot of cover for shy fish. It does.
so last
There's
week,
so much of
me and
it.
Jenna were staying with Bex and Kyle, and the last day we fished out the fish that she has to get rid of before the move, and unfortunately we kind of had to like tear apart the 60 to catch out some of those
That
barbs and
hurts.
cories.
It
But
hurts.
she has the bulbitis she's got. is just like so dense, like just a huge clump. Pulled it out
And I
all at
gave her
once.
that. I cursed her with that plant. I have sent that plant to many people.
Yep, I've got tons of it. I've sent it off to people, and I still have more and more. Like
Yeah, I've sent a
once you
lot of
put it in
it to
CO2,
people.
it takes
It's
off.
huge, but if you don't have CO2, it's a slow, slow grower. It's a lot like Java fern. Java fern for me grows pretty fast. But if
Hmm.
you don't have CO2, it's a slower grower. Either way, Java ferns and Bulbous are nice plants. I can't
Yeah.
handle it anymore. It's too much.
On the other
Too
side of
much.
Exis 60 is the huge clump of Java fern, which looks amazing too.
I think I sent her that too, maybe. I don't know.
I
I
think
sent her
I've
a bunch
sent
of
her
stuff.
some stuff too, like Java fern
Yeah,
anubias.
I sent her a bunch of stuff. I sent her a lot of Anubias. So, well, it's
It's
sad
just
that you have to. Someday you will have that tank again back. Someday. So, who
yep.
is taking her fish?
So Geek Boy is
Oh,
taking
good.
her her orange Venezuelans. Well, she's
Oh,
keeping like
good.
I think half of them.
Okay.
Um, he's taking those, and I think some of the Pandagara, and
Okay.
I'm taking her black ruby barbs. There's 10 of
Oh,
those. I'm just
they're
gonna
so
put them.
pretty.
I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them in the 90-gallon because they'll do well with the
Oh, yeah, they'll
rainbows.
do great. Yeah, barbs are always a good match for rainbows because they don't mind the boisterousness.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I took her. She has 3 emerald cories, like the brocus type. I
Yeah,
can put
the big
those in the
fatties. Yeah.
40.
Yeah, they'll be happy.
And then she had, how many pygmy cories did we end up catching? Like 22, 24. All I know is that every time we thought we were done catching pygmy cories out of her 14, more showed up. And then when we really thought we were done, another one showed up after Kyle had left to go to the post office. And then another one showed up, and
Oh
then I
no!
was just informed today that there was a third in the 40, but
No!
she's got them in the 6, so she can just put those 3 in her 6-gallon. But they, yeah, they are stealthy little buggers, and they're really small because they're breeding in there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Bentley's Java Fern.
Bentley gave you job
From
turn. That's
Fishtoberfest, I
nice.
bought a couple of
Oh,
bags there.
okay, that's nice. So Zenny says Bulbidus is one of the few things that will grow well in my 2 foot deep corner bow front tank. It was a
Uh,
pain in the ass in the CO2 tank, though. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean it does not need a lot of light. That's for sure. It's a lot like growing Java fern. It's an easy plant. It's just that,
Zinger says a year and a half, yeehaw, with the member milestone.
yay! Where does the time go?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
And I was on
Ray Rock.
vacation too.
Yeah, you went to Canada
Nova
eventually.
Scotia. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It was a lot of fun.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful place. Air Canada, though, wow. Awful, awful experience. I did get my money back.
Good.
So, for those of you
Because
who don't know,
you
my
spent
flight,
upward of $1,000, right?
about a thousand
Because of the
dollars in missed reservations and had to make new
yeah.
reservations. And uh, we thought Jake would be charged more for modifying the car rental, but he wasn't. So, and they also refunded because they lost our baggage. And it took 96 hours to be returned to us. And we did get
Wow.
money back for that. So it all worked out. But the time we had there was amazing. And we were stranded in Ottawa, which is a nice city. And
Mhm.
we went to the Canadian Museum of Nature, which is their big national natural history museum. And it was amazing. And Nova Scotia is incredible. It's so much fun. The food was great. We ate so much good seafood. We sea kayaked, we canoed, we hiked.
Did you
I
have
mean,
any
we had a
poutine?
great time. No, we didn't. I don't really,
For
it doesn't
shame.
really appeal to me, you know? Also, that's more of a Quebecois
Oh, yeah, I
dish.
guess
I
so.
don't know. I just don't really like fries, gravy, and cheese. It's just too much. If I'm going to eat that many calories, it's going to be on something I like. So, but
I
I,
mean,
I
the cheese curd, I like the idea of that. Not so much for me, but I mean, gravy on fries, sign me up.
Yeah.
or just
I don't
top
know. There's
fries?
just there were so many other things to eat there. So
Hmm.
they had scallops that they were caught right in the bay, right there. And so I ate those at like every meal. I'd never had scallops that taste so good. I had so many lobster rolls. And then,
Nice.
I had pies and cobblers and blueberry cake and all kinds of good desserts, and I would rather eat that. So we did eat plenty of good food. It was really good. So
I like pie.
I do too. Our favorite thing though was this blueberry cake we had. It was like this warm cake with like blueberry sauce on it and like
Nice.
a cream. It was really, really good. So, but yeah, great trip. Really, really good. Geek Boy says no poutine. Did you really go to Canada? Are you sure? I know.
Coro's really triggered because
I
I besmirched the
know.
reputation of cheese curds.
I lived in Wisconsin for 4 years, so I've had plenty of cheese curds, and they have them in Iowa too. And you can get cheese curds here, but I don't think they're as good as the ones in Wisconsin because they're not as fresh. I just don't really care. I mean, I don't
If
know.
they would not call them curds, I wouldn't be so grossed out by it.
I get that. I just,
Like,
if
makes me
I'm
think of
getting,
curdled milk.
I just don't want to waste 1,500 calories on something I don't really care about. I mean, when
Gotcha.
there's
Why you don't
so
drink as well. Like you don't
Yeah,
drink your
no, there's just
calories.
so much cake to eat. I mean, I would just
Cake and pie.
yeah, I'm a sweet tooth.
Uh,
So, and
I
Jake's
haven't
kind of the
had
same way. So, but
well, you would have really enjoyed the chocolate cake that we had at a Mexican restaurant in Colorado. Like
ooh.
just a big freaking huge slice of cake that Kyle and Bex got one, me and Jenna got one. Neither of us could finish it.
Oh
It's
my
already gone.
God, wow.
But we had some really good food in Colorado as
Well, that's
well,
good.
at
Yeah,
that
I did when I was there
Mexican
too.
place that I finally tried that famous pizza that Bex raves about, the one
What
with
did you
the
think? I didn't try it. I
so she scraped the cream cheese off for me because that's the only deal
Yeah,
breaker ingredient on the pizza. And without the cream cheese, I gotta say it's pretty good. Like it's not wouldn't be a go-to for me, but all the
yeah.
ingredients work together.
I think
I
I
can
had a
definitely see
salad when
why
I
it's
was
a favorite.
I had a salad when I was there. I was super dehydrated and I just couldn't. I wasn't very hungry, so I just ate a salad.
I kind of had trouble getting enough water too. I didn't
It's hard. It's
yeah, I
hard.
didn't expect it,
Yeah.
especially being in
Yeah.
Dan's warehouse. Like I just
So dry.
like
So
Kyle
dry.
went and got a big case of water, and I'm just like, all right,
I
I'm gonna
know.
drink half
I
of that.
know when you're not used to the altitude and you're not used to that dryness. Nova Scotia is 98% humidity year round. I did not expect that. Because I was
Whoa,
thinking, oh, I'll wear yoga pants the whole time. It's going to be like 70, 75 degrees.
really traps the
No,
moisture in.
no. I mean, because it hit like 85 degrees one day, which
Oof.
was a heat advisory for them. And 85 degrees with 99% humidity is, whew, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
I
definitely
know
know.
you know. And I'm from Iowa, so I know that too. But I did not, and apparently year round, it's just so humid
So Coro
there.
was asking the toppings of the pizza. So it's called a
What's
Heavenly
favorite
Hawaiian.
pizza?
So it has pineapple, ham, it has like a yellow yeah, the golden barbecue sauce. Oh yeah, Jenna's got it there. Almonds and coconut cream cheese. Yeah, and so cream cheese is the only
I
thing
don't
that
like barbecue sauce. I don't really like. I mean, I like ham, but I don't eat meat on pizza. I'm allergic to pineapple. I like cream cheese, almonds, and coconut, but on a dessert.
mhm.
So yeah, Bex
uh,
can just keep that pizza. It's fine.
she can keep it and I'll try it. Like I'll have some of it. Like
It's
it's
good to
not
try
bad to
new
me at all.
things, but again, like there's so many better things to eat. It's not gonna.
Well, there's so many good things to eat.
So many
I
good things to eat in this
At the
world.
pizza place, I just kind of went with my safety choice, which is the Supreme because I like all the things.
Yeah, I think Jake got some sort of meat lovers pizza or something, and he liked it.
Hmm.
He ate all of it.
Oh yeah, what was that one called?
No,
The I think it was like called the Cliff something.
I don't. I don't
Mm.
know. He said it was just regular pizza. He wasn't like wowed or unwowed. So
So Lady Diane asked if I used my hoodie in Colorado. It was pretty warm in Colorado. Like, it was nice, but I don't even own
Depends
a
where you
hoodie, actually.
go.
I don't
It
have a
de
hoodie, so
it depends where you go. I mean, if you
mhm,
I mean, because like, when we were in Rocky Mountain National Park and we were at the very, you know, top of it, I think it was like 14,000 feet, I don't remember. There's snow up there. So, like, we put on sweatshirts and
mhm.
polar fleeces, and I wore a hat, like a warm stocking cap, because it's cold up there.
I didn't
So
even pack, long pants. I wore shorts the whole time.
you are not a cold person, though. I mean, you don't
Nope.
really feel cold ever. I
Nope,
mean,
I
you've
got
never
lots of
been in
extra
like,
warmth, extra padding for warmth wherever I go.
yeah. I mean, I do get cold, so
Mm. So
yeah.
Oinky has a plant question that she asked with her member milestone,
All
and
right, I
she
can't
wants
see
to
this.
know
Tell me.
our favorite go-to plant that you don't plant in substrate, and easily Java fern.
Java fern, yeah, neat narrow leaf Java fern specifically, because it grows vigorously and it always 100% of the time looks awesome. I mean, look at
Hmm.
that. Doesn't that look great? There's a reason why every single aquascaper loves that plant. And
Yeah.
also, like, the people who set up tanks professionally, so like AGA down in Dallas, so they need to set up scapes that like look good, that don't need like constant trimming and maintenance, and that is their go-to plant is narrow leaf Java fern. So
Yep.
yeah, everybody
And you
can
can
grow it.
surround it with Nana Petite,
Looks
uh,
Which I have right
Anubias. Yeah.
there, and it looks great, and it's easy, and it's inexpensive, and
Now,
I
if
mean,
you
if it
want
was
something
CO2, it's gonna
pretty,
look great,
if
but
you want something pretty and you want to spend too much money and be really frustrated, then you can get Boost.
I don't want to do that. How about you just be happy and don't spend much money and get narrow leaf Java fern? It's a good plant.
I approve.
It's a top 5 plant for me.
Yeah, I like it. I
Yeah.
gladly took some of Beck's Java fern off her hand. She still has like way more than she knows what to do with, but she had some in her
Yeah.
14 that she's breaking down. So I
Yeah.
took her Vallisneria and I took her Java, so that Java fern in there.
Nice. Nice.
And I
Yeah, it
think
sucks
maybe
breaking
for the
down
next
things.
round of member plants, I can grow out some Java fern and send to people.
What is my
Very popular.
favorite? So CoraWorks asks, as a follow-up, what's your favorite
Hmm.
terrestrial epiphyte? They would work well in these paludarium that are en vogue. So speaking of, Jake like wants me to do a paludarium. He's like, I had never seen those before. I didn't know what those were. He saw one at Aqua Rocks, Colorado, and he's like, I want one of those. I don't know how quite we'd manage it with the cats is the only thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, orchids are really amazing. Tillandsia is really cool. Um, I don't know. Yeah, probably orchids are really awesome because they have beautiful flowers.
And I'm with Jake about that paludarium.
I should do one, right? Yeah, I should do one. I think it'd be really cool. I don't know where. I don't know. I think I'd wait till I move to a new house, but I would like a paludarium.
I
So
saw probably the same one you saw at Aqua Rocks, Colorado.
yeah,
Finally got to visit that store in person, and
it's a
holy
cool place.
shit. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. And Tommy Ferragamo he gives great customer service. I recommend them.
Yep.
So
Well, I mean, we have 29 people here. I guess I'll just go
yeah,
ahead and
let's
make the
just
announcement.
make the announcement.
So, yeah, so the announcement is that we will no longer be doing Steamy McStreamy on Wednesdays. We will be moving. And the reason we're moving is because we start Steamy McStreamy at 9:30 Central Time. Um, Jenna has to wake up for her job 5:30, 6 o'clock. I now have to wake up for my job, not like maybe an hour or two after that, and which I'm not used to, but
Yeah.
mostly I don't want to. don't want to deprive Jenna of sleep anymore. Because yeah, it's tough because by the time we end the stream at 11:30, we're usually 12:30, like really settling down to go to bed.
I mean, I can
So
never make it to the end of it because I'm on Eastern time and like,
mhm.
I have to be like trying to get in bed by midnight. Like, I may not always fall asleep until later, but like I need to like, you know, because I like to wake up at about 8:30, 8:15. I'm not a super
Yeah.
morning person, but
And you're definitely not alone because
yeah,
I noticed a lot of people lately just kind of have to peace out
yeah. I
halfway
mean,
through.
it's late on the for the Eastern time zone people. So Zenny says, "What am I supposed to do after my seahorse people?"
Watch
Damn
dance
it, get a
fish.
cowgirl up. Dance fish. There's dance fish. That's what I always watch.
In that time slot, I mean, someone else can go with it. So
Somebody
now
else
here's
can stream. Zenny, maybe you could stream. I would totally watch. I'll even stay awake for it.
okay. So now Rico asks, when are you going to go instead? This
Part
was
two of the
this
question.
was hard. I mean, really hard because look at the calendar on Fish Fam Link.
Yeah,
It
it's
is crowded. There for the times that work for me and Jenna and
Zenny.
our co-hosts that are not always going to be there but are always welcome to show up at any time, so I still want to accommodate their schedule. But no matter what time slot we pick, we are going to stream at the same time as somebody. I
Just
don't
the way
like
it
it.
goes.
I know other people don't like it. um it So the time that we pick is certainly nothing personal against anybody, nor would I expect anyone to like choose if they like that stream and they're going to continue going to that stream. By all means do it,
It's
because
what the
I
replay is
understand
for.
you have to make a choice, and I had to make a choice, and the alternative is that we don't do McStreamy anymore. So that said, we decided that we're going to stream on Friday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Um, and that basically was the time that worked best for us. So I understand. Like, oh, Gina said maybe I can start streaming regularly on Wednesday
I would
nights.
love that, Gina.
Yeah,
That would be awesome. I
totally.
would totally watch your stream. I
Yeah,
will even it's so late for me, but I would even help you co-host it on occasion. I would stream with
nice.
you. Yeah, that would be good. So, but yeah, that's a good time. A lot of people can watch you then. And, it is the same time as LRB, but, you know, that's what the replay is for. They can either catch you on the replay or LRB
Right.
on the replay and,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. And
or they can
like
switch off.
and that's the thing, like, you're gonna go to LRB's stream for that very focused fish talk. McStreamy is different.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're even going to come up with some different games to play during the stream. We're gonna bring back the newlywed game that we did last summer. So we will like start. I know there were some people last year who were interested, so we're gonna get in touch with them again, see if they can do that
Yeah.
on Fridays. But
You know who
yeah,
should be on that? Foxy and Peplin.
oh yeah, they are definitely on the list
They
for
should
sure.
do that. That would be fun. That would be
And
fun.
so let's see. I think Eric and Gina,
Oh, that
um,
would be fun.
Gina and Nathan, I think,
Oh, that's
if
nice
they're still up
too.
for it, and Jess, Aquatic Morning Show, Jess and Joe, if they're
Oh,
still
that's
up
good
for it.
too. These are all good.
And there's other people I'm forgetting, but I know Jenna's got all the names in her head
Yeah.
of people who have expressed interest in
Brooklyn
it.
and Joshua could do it. That would be
Hmm.
fun.
If we can get Joshua to get up on a stream,
He
then
should do it. I've met Joshua. He is a lot of fun.
mhm,
He should do it. And Brooklyn loves that time. So
good.
yeah,
But
that'd be a
yeah,
lot of fun.
and yeah, Lady Diane said, I knew it. I know. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
it is what it is. There's a lot of streamers now, which is a good thing.
It
Choices
is a good
are good.
thing. Well, and
And
just there aren't very many primetime spots.
Right, and
No,
if I'm going to choose to stream on top of somebody, I would rather stream on someone who is not hurting for the viewers, like, I don't wanna take away viewers from anybody. I would
right,
rather, like, my viewership suffer because there's a more popular stream going on. That's just how I feel. If you wanna be here and hang out, that's all the stream is about, so
right. Yeah. Yeah,
ooh, look,
I
I said
mean,
I might be able to get Michelle to do it.
unfortunately, I am never available at that time, so I can't watch it live, so I have
I
to watch
know.
the replay. So, because Jake always gets here on Friday night, and I can't be
Mhm.
like, "Oh, sorry, person I haven't seen all week. I'm just gonna go and watch a live stream now."
Yeah, just put us up on the big screen, make Jake listen anyway.
He cares.
Cora says,
You know what
"Rico's
he'd do?
afternoon
Go
del."
to the other room is what he would do.
Oh,
So,
damn,
yeah.
Jake.
Well, because he'd be like, "Well, you can watch this. I'll just like do German or you
Right.
know read stupid stereo forums." He's got his own life. Jake and I would do a newlywed game, and we would do it. Well, I don't know. I can't speak for Jake, but I can speak for Jake.
I'm about to say, yes, you
No,
can.
I can't. Yeah, yeah. We would do one. We would do one.
Nice.
So, so that
Yeah,
would be an extreme I attended. So yeah, we'll do one
cool.
sometime. Yeah. Well, no, I think that's good because you guys, you just need more sleep, especially God, poor Jenna. I don't know how she's done it all these months. I mean,
Yeah, it's been almost a
do it.
year, I think. But
Yeah,
it's just like trying to find the right time slot, and there's a there's some weeknights that would work at different times, but when school starts, that really cuts
right.
into family. Yes, you will, Diane. You will definitely be missed, but we also understand.
You will be missed. You will be. Hopefully, you can still attend Wet Your Plants so we can be with
Hmm.
you. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, because you guys have band concerts to go to, and you
Yeah, there's
have
just tons of stuff.
tons of
Friday
good
is
stuff.
really, we're not young anymore, so we're not Friday nights are not full of excitement and activity. Friday nights are like, yes, the work week is over. Let's
I
do
know. Well, I
nothing.
mean, we don't have very exciting Fridays either. Let's face it. It's it's not. I mean, I make
Mhm.
dinner. That's about it.
Mhm.
Zenny says you could call it the nearly wed game, so it's inclusive to all couples.
Oh, it definitely will be. And
Sigh.
yeah, Jenna has another idea for not even couples. Like it'll be just yeah, we'll talk about that more later. But like we have the not well, we really call it the not so newlywed game because there are people who've been on it that have been married for a decade or
No,
more. And then we
that's
have Foxy and
true.
Puplin that aren't married yet. So like yeah, it's more of just
And
it's
I'm not
a
married
couples
either.
game.
So
Exactly.
yeah. So that's good. Yeah. No, I think that sounds fun.
Yeah, and as Beck said, the late night has been difficult for her to join as much as
God, and
well.
you're not
So
even on the Eastern time zone. It gets so late for me.
right, so I can just imagine for the Eastern people, it's just way prohibitively
Yeah,
late.
it's
It's
just
late for us. I mean, it's
yeah.
basically late for everybody except those that are on the West Coast. But even then, if your
Mhm.
bedtime's at 9:30, then you basically wasted all of your nighttime listening to us and then going to bed.
Scotty says, I'm not familiar with this game. Is it where I find my future wife? You mean the woman
Well,
who is going to be your sugar mama while you go to 8 fish clubs a week?
Well, I suppose it's possible, Scotty, but we're ha
Suppose it's
we're bringing
possible.
on established couples, so you would have to be a home wrecker to do so.
I don't think I'm going to leave Jake for Scotty because while Scotty has many good qualities, he grows his plants in pots, which Jake would never do.
Deal breaker.
And and
Total red flag to me.
Scotty wears socks with sandals, and I'm sorry, that's just not okay. It's just not okay.
So do I. Not out, but like I have a pair of sandals that I slip on to go outside, and I'm always wearing socks. So
Mm. I'm probably not going to leave Jake for you either then. I mean,
Shoot. Okay.
Scotty says
Well,
it because I'm 5'2". No, Scotty, it's because you grow plants in pots. That's a deal breaker for any woman. No woman's gonna want that. Just saying.
for shame.
No.
Okay. Now, Kelly, here's what I need you to do. I
Okay.
need you to tell me what to do with my pond.
Okay. I do love telling people what to do.
Well, you've already told me to do one thing that I haven't done yet, and it's
Okay.
becoming obvious that I need to do it.
Mm.
Is move that hosta. So let's
They're
see.
getting fried.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they do okay, but only hostas need to be in deep shade.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it
they do.
actually while we were out, it
Oh
flowered,
god, it
but
looks terrible. But
I
here's the
know
thing, it will
it's
totally recover. All you need to do is just
mhm.
put it under a tree, pop it in there, and just forget about it. You don't need to think about it ever again. It doesn't need to be fertilized. You get rain all the time. It doesn't need to be watered. Just put it under there and forget about it.
the blooms. The blooms are just like coming in like gangbusters.
I
So
know that's a really prolific blooming one.
there
Uh,
were
that
two
variety.
there were two spit flowers that I removed today,
Just
but
pluck them
now
off.
I've got three here. So
Yeah, it's. I mean, you don't have to, but it's called deadheading, and it does give more energy to the main plant.
yeah, they were gross, like really old. So
Yeah. So
the
there's
other
a lot of
thing,
good going on there.
mhm, the other thing I'm kind of concerned about is like this pump. I have it turned all the way down. It was doing okay for a while because it was like clogged up with
Yeah.
shit, but then I unclogged it and now it's going nuts, and you can see all of the lily
Yeah, the
pads are
weeds
just.
are. Yeah, it's probably too high. You could put some sponge over it. You could put
I did.
some.
It's still.
Oh,
Maybe I should move it. Maybe I should move it over to like the other side of the.
yeah. I mean, because I have ones that I have turned down all the way, and
Ooh, what if I put it underneath a pot, like underneath this laundry hamper?
that could help. That
Maybe
could
it
help.
diffuse it a little
Yeah,
bit.
that would probably help. Try that.
Okay.
Try that. Because I
Yeah,
do
because
think that a little circulation, especially with how hot it is where you live, is very beneficial. But the floating plants, they just don't like quite that much movement. The other thing you could do is get like you can buy them that fit on like a little lift tube. You don't want a fountain that goes too high, but if you can get it so it spits up about 3 inches high or so, it's less splashing than the
okay.
bubbling. So you could try that, but yeah, maybe stick it underneath that laundry basket first and see if that helps.
Okay. Yeah, and I can maybe put it under the laundry basket, maybe run a hose somewhere. I can make a spray bar out of it if I really needed to, like really
Yeah.
diffuse it. So,
I mean,
okay.
don't spend too much money because at a certain point you could just buy another pump for like $20.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I have multiple pumps anyway,
yeah,
and
I mean,
I
I
could
have a bunch of pond pumps too. Like I use
yeah.
them for different things.
I just didn't
So
expect it to be that powerful in the 150.
yeah, sometimes it's hard to know. So Scotty says I'm doing a water change on my CO2 tank. Isn't that sexy? Water changes are
That's
sexy.
hot.
Make sure you do 50% because like a 10% water change is not that sexy.
Why do you think my golden sedge died?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it just got too hot.
Could be.
Because
It's
I
very
mean,
hot.
yeah, and it might have. Yeah, that's my guess. It might have just gotten too hot. And then, I mean, I don't know. What can you do? Like you're having record heat. We're having like record mild temperatures. It's 79 degrees out. I mean, it's like record mildness. Yeah, I don't know. Probably just got too hot. Because I have sedges. I've grown several different sedges, and they have all done really well. There are many, many species of sedges, and um, they're all bog plants. So when I was in Nova Scotia, we took a hike in Kejim National Park, and they have two units of it. One is interior and one is a seaside unit. And you walk through this like really pristine bog, and it's like 5 miles of hiking through a bog. It's really amazing. So there were just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of orchids and pitcher plants, which are they're carnivorous plant that's native to Canada and other places. So that was really cool. But they also had tons and tons of different sedges. So
Hmm.
growing in that bog. So they are bog plants, and I'm growing a few different ones now.
It could also be that they
But
were
yeah,
too
it
far
was just
gone
too
whenever I
hot.
got them because
It could
I
be.
I was dumb and I'm just like, I want plants, forgetting that they're going to be delivered by UPS at the end of the day on a 100-degree day, and they're
Oh
like,
yeah, that could
they
be.
felt like they've been in the microwave.
That could be. That could be. Because you have another sedge that's growing there, the rushes, the juncus. So that's a sedge.
Which one is it?
That
This
one.
one, this one back
That's a
here.
straight one. So there's curly and there's the straight one. It's the species. The genus is juncus.
Got it.
So I saw that one growing in Canada, and
Jenna got this one from our nursery nearby, and
yeah,
it,
and that
yeah.
one does really well. It's doing really well.
Oh yeah, it's like doubled in size.
King Voice is carnivorous. Will they eat cats?
You saw what happened
Your
to him, right?
poor face. Oh my god, I saw that to Jake, and he's like, "Oh
Oof.
god." I hope you weren't in too much pain. It looks awful.
For those who are curious, join the Discord. Geek can
Yeah,
can
boy,
post a link to
poor
the Discord, and you can go
boy.
see his injuries
He just
from.
got mauled by a house panther.
Otis was the sweetest little cat. We got to
He
meet
got
him.
scared. He got scared.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting scared, Tiny Kitty ran off.
Uh-oh.
So
Did he
Tiny
come?
Kitty never leaves the house. She would never even come close to bolting. But one of these, there was an outdoor cat that came up, this mean cat, and hissed at her. And she bolted through the door. She got scared. I haven't seen her since. We've been on the lookout. So I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm not too worried about her now. She was an outdoor cat. She's spayed. There's plenty of food and water all over the neighborhood.
So it's
But
not like Fat Kitty who has no business being outside.
well, Fat Kitty is also like a beloved cat. I don't want to say I don't like Tiny Kitty, but not like I like Fat Kitty.
So there's a
So,
priority. There's a
well,
hierarchy of.
I mean, parents who say that they love their children equally are lying.
I disagree with that statement.
Oh, but you have great kids. What if you had kids like my parents do?
I don't know.
You know? So yeah, it's now hopefully she'll come back. I mean, we have been on the lookout for her, but there's plenty of food and water all over the neighborhood. So, and it's,
Good.
she'll be okay. But yeah, I don't know. Things are looking pretty good. I see you planted some pickerel rush. That one, it'll take some time to establish, but it's a nice
That's
plant.
the which one? This one
The
here?
arrowhead looking
Oh,
one.
this one over here.
Yep.
Yep, this one
Yeah.
also came in the mail with that one. It's doing pretty good. And
Yeah, I have like 4 of those growing. I think they've all bloomed, including I got one and it's variegated yellow and green. I've never seen one like that before. It's really cool.
nice.
Yeah.
This is the chameleon plant, and it's doing well too. Like a lot of it died
Yeah.
off, and now it's bouncing back. The
I've
leaves aren't
never grown that
showing
one
that
before. It's
that color
cool.
that they show in pictures, but I still
Probably
like
not
it.
probably not enough light. It's
Could be.
probably
You can
not
see just
quite enough.
in this picture, this was
Mm.
like 3 o'clock sun, and so half of it's illuminated. The sun is going
Yeah.
to the
Plants
left.
turn redder the more light there is.
Yeah,
But
and
at the
this.
same time, your pond is hot enough.
Yeah, really. This
Have you
can is
put the
doing
fish out
fine.
there at all?
Not yet.
I would
I
just
need
I
to.
would I would just do it. I would float them and acclimate them. I would put them out
I'll
either
do it
early
tonight.
morning or at night. Yeah.
Yeah, when the sun goes down.
Because
Well, because
honestly, like mine have gotten up to my ponds have gotten up to the 90s for periods of time. And
gotcha.
they're okay. They know to swim down low. and they'll hide in the shade, and they're adaptable. They're
Yeah.
adaptable.
I
So
need to put
I
them
would get
out
them out
there
there. Just kind
because
of
I'm like, so I think I ordered, I don't know, 12, 13 gold, golden white clouds, and I lost one within a few days, and
yeah.
like since getting back from vacation, I am down to half. And when I say
What
lost
happened?
too, I don't know. They're like I don't see bodies
Weird.
at all.
That's so weird. They're such hardy fish. Like they're always a fish I recommend to beginners because
Maybe they just don't like that water, or
I don't
that was
know.
a newly reset up tank. Maybe the
I
parameters are a
don't
little
know.
wonky for it.
Because they are always a fish I always tell beginners to get because
Right.
they're cheap, they're hardy, they're pretty. Because
Yeah, regular white clouds I've
yeah,
done really well with. So yeah, I'm gonna
I
put
have
those in the pond. See
the
what they do.
Vietnamese white clouds in one pond, and I never see them. That was a mistake getting those. They blend right in.
Uh,
You don't see them at all.
yeah,
But
I
that's
gotta.
okay. They're there to do a job, and that job is to eat mosquitoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
So,
lots
but
of critters in here.
I have millions of babies of my Miyuki rice fish, just millions. They have reproduced so well. So Renee says I boil my water with aeration and it's still hot. Yeah, it's real hot down there. It's so hot down there.
It's just yeah,
I
it's
know. I saw that you guys are hitting like 110 even, and it's so humid there.
that. Well, yeah, the heat
That's
index is
rough.
110. Luckily, we were in Colorado during
The
another
worst
heat
part of it.
advisory, so we
Yeah,
got.
that's good.
There'll be more. It's only July. It was doing this in June, and
No.
like we've got July, August, September to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, it's been so nice here. It's been about like 80, 85, 50% humidity. It's not dry, but it's not too humid. I mean, it's really nice to be outside. I mean, I can go as long as I put my umbrella up by my pond, I can go and eat lunch out there and I feel fine. So
Yeah.
we have
I
nice.
really enjoyed the Colorado weather. Like it was a
Very-
little warm, but the
Yeah,
fact that it was dry, it didn't seem that way.
it's
The
a different
scenery is
kind of
amazing.
heat. Yeah. I mean, when I was there, um, it was so in Denver, it was 100 degrees, which even with no humidity, it feels like you're in an oven. It's very hot, and just dry out. You get so thirsty. But we were up in the mountains most of the time, and it was really quite pleasant. I
Nice.
mean, like we hiked in long pants, even, and
I
it was
totally would not mind living in that area. The only two drawbacks for me are the housing is
so
just
expensive.
super expensive,
Yeah,
especially for what I would want. Because like we're driving through Wyoming and stuff, and of course, Bex and Kyle, they've seen it. It's not new scenery for them. So to them, it's just like a whole lot of nothing. To me,
right.
I'm like,
It's
look at all these
wow.
mountains and hills. Look at
I
that big
know.
house sitting in the middle of a field like that. Who wouldn't want to live there? That's perfect.
I mean,
No
we're
neighbors.
flatlanders. But the thing
Uh,
is like, I work from home, so I can live anywhere, but it would be
yeah,
a
me too.
huge pay cut for me to move there. And, right
Yeah,
now I can afford to travel a ton because I live somewhere cheap, whereas I couldn't afford to travel at all if I lived there. And I
yeah.
guess if I'm
I'd
going to
have
live
to.
somewhere expensive, it's going to be by the ocean, not by the mountains. If
Oh,
given the choice between the two, I'm an ocean person.
mountains all the way from me.
Yeah, I'm
Mountains in
not.
rural and mountains, like even like Sheridan's not that bad. I don't take that as a I'm moving to Sheridan, Dan, if you're listening. But I like areas like that. I mean,
I mean,
sh-
yeah, I just feel really closed in. I mean, I like
mm,
visiting the mountains. I think they're pretty. I like to hike in them, but I do feel really, really closed in. I'm from the cornfields, the inland sea of corn. And so I like being by the ocean. I
For me, the
don't
other drawback was
don't
I'm
do
already out of shape, and climbing stairs or doing anything remotely physical at that
yeah.
elevation is really a reminder of like, hey,
You
you need a
get
lot of
you get
oxygen.
used to it. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I know.
something like 6 weeks your body will adjust to the altitude. And then when you come down low, you feel great. There's a reason
Mhm.
why like the Olympic Training Center is in Colorado Springs
Yeah.
because, you just have crazy card.
Mike asking, how's
Yeah.
the tub temp? Still hotter than hell. But I mean, we had a big storm yesterday and cooled down a little bit. That's why everything's full. Even that gambusia over here. And I just put a whole bunch of air quotes dwarf water lettuce in there, and there it goes, being not dwarf.
Yeah. So we missed a question.
Oh,
Oinky asked, thank you both for answering my plant question earlier. I've never kept bulbous. Do you find it to be an exercise in patience, especially without CO2 growth? So I always grow it with CO2. It's going to grow really, 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 really slow without it. So yes, think of it like the Java fern, maybe even slower. With CO2 though, it's kind of like a glacier. I mean, I had to get rid of it because I couldn't take it anymore. It just it yeah, it's just so much. I mean, I can produce trash bags full of the stuff. So
yeah,
yeah,
it
it's
seems
gonna
like it's
grow
growing
slow for
slow, and
you.
then
It's
one
gonna
day
grow
you
slow.
realize it is taking over everything in
It's
CO2.
like a glacier. It's like a glacier. But without CO2, yes, it's going to grow incredibly slow for you. But it's not gonna die, you know? It
Hmm.
doesn't need much.
No, it'll just sit there like an
So
ornament, and you won't have to worry about it.
Coralworks asks, do you have fans blowing on top of the tank? That can only lower it to ambient temperature, really, but it can
Uh-huh.
lower it a couple degrees, like 3 or 4. But it's usually one of the cheaper options you have. Yeah, I mean, if your house doesn't have air conditioning, which so like a lot of our friends in the Pacific Northwest don't,
Hmm.
and they've had some horrible heat waves. Um, a fan can really help. I mean, it can give you 3 or 4 degrees. I have lids on all my tanks, but I have air conditioning in my house because everyone in the Midwest has air conditioning. I mean, so
Oh yeah, just
and
like
certainly
around
everyone where
here.
Steven lives has
God,
air
yeah,
conditioning. I mean, I suppose you could put a little fan outside on your pond. I
I
suppose you
could.
could. I mean, it
Eric,
would give
thank
you three
you.
or 4 degrees. Eric Wyrock. When you
Plants.
gonna come see me? My pond is looking incredible. I hope your back is feeling better. I know you've been in a lot of pain. And you
Yep.
really
How's the
should not
backbone?
you should not drive several hours with back. So,
Nope.
but we want to see you. So, uh Corwork says come to Oregon. You can have both. Mountains. Oregon is really beautiful. Except
Yeah.
we don't want anyone else increasing competition for housing. Yeah, it's really expensive there. As much as I complain about the Midwest, I'm Midwest for life. I mean, I guess were I to move anywhere in the Midwest, I'd probably move back to Wisconsin. It's really beautiful there. And I mean, this is the life I know. I travel a
Yeah.
lot to get away from it. Yeah,
There is a lot to be said about like low cost of living areas.
yeah,
If you like to travel anyway, or
yeah,
you don't really get out much. All my hobbies are at home, and so
yeah.
yeah, like the.
I do travel a lot.
Mhm.
And I love our summers so much. Um, I don't ask me this question in February. But
That's when you get the hell out of there and go
that's
somewhere warmer.
right. I'll go visit Steven and Jenna.
See, that's the other thing is like I went to Colorado and Wyoming at a very beautiful time of year.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
haven't gone in February.
Yeah. I mean, if you were to come here in June, you'd probably think it was pretty nice. I mean, it's not that
Hmm.
hot.
Right.
And I mean, yeah, our summers are really nice. Honestly, our springs are pretty nice. Our falls are pretty nice. But then the great darkness sets in for like 6 months. And
The depression winter.
our
Yeah.
winters by my standards are not that cold because they're not as cold as Iowa or Wisconsin, but they're so gray. There's just no light. And yeah. So, but we travel a lot, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty committed to taking 2 to 3 vacations a year because I own my own business. I can do that. So, that helps. That helps a lot.
Yeah. I'm fine with the cold. I just don't want to have to worry about like my door frame freezing.
I don't think you know what it's like to be that cold. You've
I
never lived in that.
don't, because
Yeah,
the worst cold I've experienced was December in Pittsburgh, and it was like, I don't know, the worst was -3. And
that's
I know
pretty
that once you
cold.
it's cold, it's shockingly cold,
It
but
is.
it hasn't reached
But
that
it's
point
cold like you
where
can't
the
escape it is like
well,
and
there's
like
the
if you lived
cold
in a
that when you
drafty
walk
old
outside,
house, you
it
can't
immediately,
get out.
like, attacks you physically, like, it
Yeah.
hurts. Yeah,
And the
I don't know about
coldest
all
I've
that.
ever been is -40, which
That sounds
oh
bad.
god, it's horrible. It takes your breath away. Just
Yeah.
takes your breath away. And like your
Thank you for the super chat,
eyelashes freeze together. Yes, thank
Mark.
you.
Mark Serlson with the
And
$10
what does Mark
dues.
say? Lurking on and off. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome, Mark, and thank you for you. Yeah, it's your eyelashes freeze together. And
Mhm.
then the wind chill is a really so in Iowa, that's a big problem because Iowa is a pretty windy state. And that's why
Yeah.
there's so many windmills there. It's I mean, it's pretty brutal. And it's just hard to escape it because if your house is drafty, you have to go to the grocery store, like
Yeah.
just yeah, I mean it's oppressive. And then there's the shoveling of the snow. So, actually -40 Celsius in Fahrenheit, they're about the same.
Yeah, I think that at some
They
point
are.
they
I think
converge
the
and they
scale
equal
the
the
scale is
same.
pretty similar. Yeah, it's not that was a huge cold snap. And but I think at my parents' house it was so much colder. I think it was like -60. My dad said that was the coldest of his entire life and he's 73. So that was
Yeah.
horrible. I was really and at that temperature, like, you're just worried for everyone's safety because, like, if your furnace dies,
Yeah, that's the kind
um,
of weather that can kill you.
or you fall outside on the ice and there's no one to help you, falling on the ice is another
Yeah, you're
hazard.
telling me to
I
go
mean
outside? Like, no,
well, I
there's
mean,
danger
you
outside.
end up having to go outside because you have to shovel your snow.
Well,
So, I
screw
mean,
that.
that's why he retired from construction because he had to shovel snow so my mom could go to work. And he fell on the ice and he ripped up his shoulder and to have his rotator cuff repaired. And
Mhm.
then he was 63, so he's like, "Mom, I'm just gonna
Oof.
retire." So
Yeah, since
yeah,
Jenna is the one who has to go places and things and, like, go grocery shopping, I
but you
kinda have
couldn't. You'd
to.
have to shovel
Oh,
because
yeah. Well, I also have to
you
take into
can't make Jenna
consideration
shovel.
what she's willing to tolerate when she's out, and the painful blistering cold may not really be for her.
It's really not for anyone. But I mean, as a Midwestern, it's a thing we endure together. Sort of brings you together as a people to suffer together. I mean, it's very,
Tommy, that's freaky.
yeah. My hetero life mate that I haven't met yet, I'm going to wear your skin someday.
Put the lotion in the basket.
That's, I'm glad Tommy and I aren't hetero life mates.
Eric better be rubbing the lotion on its
Oh,
skin.
Eric says not if I don't get your skin first. This is a little too R-rated in the comments today. That's enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but no, I'm Midwest for life, whether I like it or not. So,
I'm
yeah.
wherever. Like, there's a lot of places I could live. I just
Yeah,
I've never seen the Rocky Mountains, so
they're beautiful. It's a beautiful place. I mean, I've been a few times. So, because I've been to Yellowstone a couple times, I've been to
mhm.
Colorado a couple times. So, yeah, they're
Have
really
you been to the
beautiful.
have you been to Dan's warehouse yet?
No, I haven't. Maybe we'll go next year
Yeah, you should.
because we were thinking about going this year, but then we thought, well, if we're gonna go, because we thought about going to out west, we were maybe gonna go to Yellowstone, and we that's
Yeah.
on the way. So,
Yeah, I
but
think
maybe
they're
we'll
gonna
go
try to
next
do that
year.
open house again if you
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we would definitely stop by because it is on the way. But
mhm.
I think next year, wherever we go for our summer vacation, we're going to drive because I just can't travel that week anymore. Airlines are just too chaotic. There's too many delayed flights, too much lost luggage.
Your luck is just rotten with traveling.
So bad. And yet I travel so
Mhm.
much. So
Yeah.
I mean, at least I didn't get food poisoning on this trip, which we're calling a win.
I was like
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if it makes you feel better, our flight was on time, but I was like, no, we have a flight home. I'm not even gonna say that yet, but our flight home was only delayed by an hour, and our
That's
luggage made it there.
fine.
So,
And it's like
yeah,
I always make sure that there's sufficient layovers. So, like, if a delay happens, it's not a problem. But when you're
mhm,
delayed like 7 hours,
I know.
what are you going to do? So, yeah, but I think we're going to drive wherever we go because then we'll have our car too instead of having to rent a car. And so I don't know where we'll go next summer, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
If
we're
you want to see
definitely.
all the fish in the warehouse and really get a proper look at them, you got to make like at least a full day. I didn't get to see everything. I was there to work
Yeah. Well, I
to
don't know if
film.
Jake is gonna wanna spend 8 hours looking at fish.
Probably
Life
not.
is a compromise.
Probably not.
I mean, he would be interested in the engineering of the warehouse, I think, and
Yeah.
and
I
he
mean,
does
there's a
all
lot
kinds
to
of
look
things for
at.
me, but I don't think he wants to spend 8 hours looking at fish. I don't think
But he
he
could
would.
probably spend a few hours marveling at the engineering of that filtration system.
I don't know about a
Um,
few hours. I
well,
mean,
there's also the backup generators and
I think he'll
there's a,
spend like an hour marveling at it and then 3 hours off in a corner doing German or
okay.
reading stereo forms, and that's fine.
That's a good compromise, half a day.
Genesis, maybe just 5 hours at the warehouse.
We spent 12 hours at the warehouse on
Yeah, I don't
Tuesday.
think we'll be doing that. But I don't know. I mean, we don't have any, it's the whole year away. We're not
Mhm.
planners at all.
Yeah.
Though I think that we're going to go to Arizona next winter because Jake said we should go to Arizona. So maybe we
And
will. Yeah, just so I
yeah.
can get some sunshine.
Oh, okay.
Very important for me to get
Gotcha.
sunshine in January.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I mean we probably will go west either next year or the year after.
Why not go to
We'll
Vegas?
because that's an indoor vacation, and I don't like indoor vacations really.
Oh, go gamble
Because
some of that big pharma money.
I am very, very unable to gamble. I just can't do it. I'm just that's
Is
too
it?
that's the Protestant sort of
Oh,
hanging
gotcha.
over.
Yeah.
I cannot gamble. I come from non-gambling people.
Well, like I enjoy it enough that I avoid it
Oh,
because
I don't enjoy it at
I
all.
don't get addicted to it, but
Yeah.
if there's like a casino, it's been years since we've been to a casino, but when something like that is planned,
Mm,
then it's like it's almost too much of a dopamine boost, and I'm
no, I
like, all
don't
right, we
enjoy it.
got. I'm glad I don't live near
I
one
don't
where I can just
enjoy it.
go.
I don't even enjoy winning because the thought of
Hmm.
losing, I don't enjoy it.
Right.
So, and I just yeah, Vegas doesn't really hold a lot of appeal for me. I've never been, so I'm sure I managed to have a good time there, but the whole point of my January trip is for me to get enough sunshine on my neurons that
Gotcha.
I
Hmm.
can go on
Get
and
that
survive
vitamin
another
D.
winter. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, So yeah, that's why like Costa Rica is good. Or
Yeah.
I mean, I've thought about going to Florida, but honestly,
No,
it's
there's other
so
places with sun.
well. And the thing is like you might as well just go to Costa Rica because it's the same price.
Right.
I mean,
You could go to you can go to the Florida
the
Keys.
Bahamas was pretty great.
Mhm.
Where Geek Boy went, maybe we would go there. He says that's pretty good. I can't remember where he went. Let me know in the comments because I've forgotten already. So yeah, there was a comment I thought I missed. Gina says I'm not good at gambling. The closest to gambling I get is opening Pokemon cards. I just can't do it.
Have you been to Hawaii?
No, I haven't. That is a really long ass flight though, because we're on,
Uh-huh.
we're so far away. I would like to go to Hawaii though. There's lots of places I'd like to go. I mean, like we've talked about going to Australia or New Zealand. I would feel
Yeah.
like we would need to take more time for that though.
Mhm.
Like a week so with the time zone
It,
changes is just not enough.
right. Couple
So
of weeks.
yeah.
But Austin has just gone live, so
Oh God, so we're done. That's it. People go to Austin.
indeed.
I know. So yeah, but thank you everyone. Thank you to our super chatters. Thank you to our fabulous mods. You are the best mods. Thank you
Indeed.
everyone for being here. Thank you lurkers. Thank you replay crew. Leave a comment. This was a really casual stream. We had no
Yep.
topic, but next
Just
week, hopefully, we're gonna have a special guest lined up.
yeah, yep.
Hopefully, if that special guest can make it.
Indeed.
So yeah, but we'll see you guys next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.